Hello everybody, Dr. Bakes here, back with a review for y'all. Here with the next video went for the 12 Days of Views one, as well as the next review for the Spider-Man movie we are third by. Today, boy, we're going to take a look at the last of the Sam Raimi movies, everybody, that being Spider-Man 3. Now, everyone, I remember first watching Spider-Man 3 there when it was on theaters. I was 11 years old there, and I remember liking it there, but no matter what, I was 11 years old there, didn't really think much on my critical level there for movies there, but so... But over the past few years there, people have regarded Spider-Man 3 as one of the worst Spider movies ever made there, and the weakest in the Sam Raimi trilogy there, so I was kind of curious to see what my stance would be on with Spider-Man 3 after I had a chance to do it myself there, so. As you all see my previous reviews there, I still really enjoyed the first two Sam Raimi films there. I still think they hold it pretty well there, so I was curious to see what was going to be for Spider-Man 3 there. See if it really is as bad as people say it is, so. Well, now I had a chance to review everybody. Now I'm here to do a review for everybody. Sorry, that's how we're done, but anyways. Here's a review for Spider-Man 3, everybody. As usual, plot summary, pros and cons, and overall thoughts and recommendation, everybody. So, without further ado, let's go get right to one. There was filming that focuses on Spider-Man, Peter Parker there. Film starts out with him, and then I feel like his life's going pretty well there with the relationship with MJ, and have by a good balance between his personal life and life as superhero Spider-Man there. Plus the people in New York have a great reception of Spider-Man there, so it's going well for Peter there. But as the film progresses there, they do kind of come undone for Peter there. So he has to deal with Harry finding out his identity to seek revenge. Also find out about Marco, aka Sandman, being the murderer for his Uncle Ben there. And also had to deal with A. Brock coming on in there, a little drama between two of the Bugle there, and the introduction of Venom there, and Black Suit Spider-Man and stuff like that, so yeah. And a bunch of that movie tries to sell a bunch of stuff there, everybody, so yeah. There's a summary of the plot there, was, so yeah. It's already best I can explain it there, so yeah. Now on to pros and cons, everybody. There are definitely some cons we're going to be talking about here. But before I do one, I will give some positive things to say about Spider-Man 3, everybody. Now, first of all, everybody, I know people have harped on the CGI there, on the movie there, and well, it's not as big as it is. As today, everybody, I'll admit it's not as bad as some people say it is there. And compare it to some of the CGI work in the first Spider-Man movie there, I think this is a step up there. So I don't think the CGI effects are necessarily that bad in the movie there. And to the film's credit there, the action scenes are still very well done and engaging there. And there are a good number of comedic moments there, whether it be intentionally funny or not there, but... And I will give Spider-Man 3 credit is due there. It showed it could have had potential there if things were done a bit differently there. But that's pretty much all the pros I can give everybody now onto the cons or ones. So there is one more pro I will mention everybody. So in terms of MJ's character, I thought they actually did a pretty good job with her character there. This is probably the most development we've gotten from Mary Jane's character in the series there. So I thought in terms of MJ's character there, her development, I thought the film did a pretty good job there. So that's pretty much all the praise I can give for Spider-Man 3. By now to the cons, so I'll go ahead and start with the first and biggest one, everybody. There one, my previous reviews are one. things I liked about the most by for the previous Sam Raimi films was that it did a very good job with the pace of the story there, and giving things time to breathe and really give us a chance to, you know, care about the characters of the movie there. Well, Spider-Man 3 by that's not the case here, as there are a lot of pacing issues there. The film tried to tell so many different things there in one movie. There, I said, film tries to focus on Spider-Man, Peter, and Mary Jane's relationship there, as well as it trying to deal with Harry, trying to find out his secret identity there, stuff like that. But also, we got the introduction of Sandman and Eddie Brock and Venom there, and it ultimately just made a giant mess of a plot there that tried to tell so many things in a short amount of time there, but didn't give time to breathe, and it left a rather disappointing experience at the end there. So, and some people probably wonder, well, Hunter, how could that be the case there? Well, for what I remember, by Sony, the higher up Sony there got a little bit too handy with Spider-Man 3 there. And if I remember from a researcher by Venom was not the original. A Brock and Venom were actually not going to be in Spider-Man 3 there. They were added at the very last minute there. So, which in fact, it does explain a lot of the problems with Spider-Man 3 there. Yeah. Because the executives want to have a movie with Spider-Man in there. So, I'm sorry, with Venom in it, brain fart. I might have mixed up the characters. But anyways, it thus affected Sam Raimi's overall vision for the movie there. So, sorry, apologies in advance for any hiccups and burps everybody. But anyways, um, everyone, like I said, definitely the biggest problem by is that the film tried to tell a lot of different things there, but didn't necessarily have time to flush things out there. Feel like it would have been a different story there if if the Sony executives there didn't heavily push the inclusion of Venom and Brock into the movie there. So, probably could have saved that stuff for Spider-Man 4 there. But even then, there is still some elements of the film that are rather be right in there. So, I remember by the end, the close to the end of the film, by with Osborn family butler there, ends up telling Harry that the night Orban died there, checked the wound, and he got pierced by his own glare there, which implied that the butler knew the whole time that Norman Osborn was a Green Goblin there, and he knew how Norman died there. And it was like, why did you wait this long to tell Harry this? I mean, it just makes no sense, you know? I mean, sorry again for everyone, but anyways, there's just other moments like that. They're just like, what the fringe, and or kind of pointless right up there. Speaking of pointless, everybody, I'll briefly talk about Gwen Stacy, everybody, as she was brought in as a secondary love interest for Spider-Man Peter Parker there. I feel like her overall inclusion was rather pointless there. I feel like you could have replaced her character with any other character there. Whether it be another love interest there, as Spider-Man comics there. As I know Peter's had tons of girlfriends there, the comics. Or just some random chick there. They could have come with a different character there. And there wouldn't be necessarily much of a difference there. So I feel like Gwen Stacy's overall appearance in Spider-Man 3 was rather pointless there. And like I said, there were different elements there where I felt I could have seen different elements of Spider-Man 3 work out there. I felt building up more of Sandman, or Sandman being Uncle Ben's killer there. So I had a sympathetic backstory there. If there was more time to give to him there, but because the film decided to have three villains at the focus there, Sandman barely gets any time there. We barely get to know any of his character there, and the big thing at the end between him and Peter, just like whatever there, So, and considering this was something that was built up for the past three movies, it was a very disappointing way to end that storyline there. And I have heard some of my friends there, talk about it there, before I went to do a review there, that that if they just did the plots of two movies rather than one singular movie there, they probably would have fixed a good number of different issues there with a number of different issues there. But I don't know how that worked. I don't know exactly how that worked out per se there, but it probably would have been a lot better than what we actually get with Spider-Man 3 there. So. And the last thing I'll critique everybody is that, that the film definitely did did have some moments there where it made Peter a little bit unlikable there. Like him being very oblivious to different things there. Now him MJ, her career as an actress is going there, and not really consider her feelings there or something like that. So yeah, I mean, like, come on, dude, how can you be this oblivious to what's going on with your girlfriend? So yeah. Anyway, I could go on more. I think it pretty much made my points across there for Spider-Man 3 there. So yeah, like I said, movie had a lot of potential there. It could have been better if given more time there, but instead of trying telling so much, throwing too many eggs in one basket there, it ends up being rather disappointing into the movie there. So yeah, and overall, this disappointing is the Sam Raimi trilogy. That's pretty much all the pros and cons are right now to my overall final thoughts, everybody. So, right to everybody. So, as everyone, overall, Spider-Man 3, it's not overall bad movie there. I can see things, I still see some good elements within it there. I feel like it was given more time there. It probably could have been turned out to overall better product there. Or just extend the plot of the movie to two films there. So just one probably would turn out differently there. But yeah, it was right. But yeah, I have to rewatch it, but I can definitely see why people aren't too fond of it there. Now, why I call it one of the worst superhero films of all time there, I wouldn't necessarily go that far. I still think there are films worse than this one here. Well, it's definitely one of the most disappointing ones. Definitely one of the most disappointing superhero films, especially following up there to two films that are considered some of the best of all time, and Spider-Man's 1 and 2 there, so yeah. As for my overall, make sure to buy. I got my 500 scores, the must watch rating, the watch rate there, then rent it, then ignore it, and then the lowest score I got of Land Bird. If everybody Spider-Man 3 gets the middle verdict, everybody, it's going to get a rented rate from me there, so. Like I said, there are some good bits of film there, but the issues are very troublesome there, and ultimately left around a very disappointing movie there. It could have been handled a lot better if Sam Raimi was given a chance to show his original vision for the movie there, instead of Sony and the executives decide to say, oh, let's put this here, and that, this and that there. Try to put too many eggs in one basket there, you know? So, yeah. And so far, the Spider-Man movie marathon, it's got the lowest score there, so yeah. Well, it made that way, everybody. We'll have to wait and see there. But I hope you're trying things up for everyone. The next review for the Spider-Man movie marathon, everybody, will be next up for the beginning of the news. But the other, we move on to the new series. The next series, everybody, is films for Spider-Man by that being the Amazing Spider-Man series, everybody. So, where we take a look at Andrew Garfield and see how he does. It's the limelight of Spider-Man there. How that series turned out. So yeah. But until everyone, I'll already say for now. Make sure you like button, new channels, grab a notification icon so it makes uploads. I'll see you next time. This is our big sale. Peace.